Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday the 30th of June and I'm heading home now at it's 5:45. I hadn't noticed, but some car is just parked up on the opposite side of the road there, and I just saw that van coming past, bearing down towards me. I was like, no, what's he doing? I thought he'd not paying attention to something and drifting over the road, but it was actually pulling around past that car. So this week it's been a bit of an odd week. I'm very pleased to have my car back now. I dropped it off Tuesday morning at Renault so they could repair under warranty the rubber seal at the top of the windscreen, which of course I mentioned decided to pop out. So dropped it off Tuesday morning and they gave me a capture, a little tiny capture to replace it, which I'm just about survived with for 3 days, because it wasn't really 5:30 that texted me last night, your car's ready for collection now. Rang them straight up, like, how long are you there till? 6:30. Don't go home, I'm coming now. Bearing in mind I'm in Halifax and they're in Bradford, the Renault dealer. So yeah, I had to scoot over to Bradford, including dropping my parcels off, of course. But yeah, managed to get there by, I think, 6:10, so got sorted out, just got the keys swapped round, and there you go, off you go, no charge or anything. So it doesn't really look any different. I mean, they've done something because they cleaned the marks off where all my little sticky gadgets were stuck on the windscreen. So as far as that goes, they have done something for me. I presume they've taken it out and put it back in again, hopefully with the seal fitted properly this time, but I suppose we'll just have to wait and see what happens when I'm on the motorway next, and if it comes flopping back out again. Hopefully not. I mean, as it's quite a common fault, most people seem to be saying that when it happens and it gets rectified, it is rectified for good then. So when you do have to wonder why they managed to get it wrong in the first place for so long. But there you go. So I finally got it back last night. I was very pleased to get it back. Get back driving it again. A completely different driving experience to that little capture. Maybe just because the capture was, one of the entry level models, not, a higher end spec model. But yeah, it wasn't the best experience. So pleased about that. Over the sort of weekend, and I didn't really get up to much. One thing, of course, that has been bothering me a lot has been Apple Watch OS 4 Beta 2, which is an absolute dog. Oh, it's been the watch has just been horrendous. I just don't know how. It's the worst watch beta there has ever been so far for the Apple Watch. By far and away, battery drain is just ludicrous. And it's also just making no logic to it either. So I just had a dreadful time with it up to Saturday. And Saturday, so after about the 4th complete sort of unpair repair, so reset all settings and start again from scratch, the 4th one of those I got to, and I got a van right up my backside. Ooh, do you know, I could there he goes, Mr. Therma and plastering and rendering contractors. Won't be doing any plastering and rendering with him. So, I mean, fair enough, these lot are going ridiculously slow, but still. In fact, he's going to stop soon, this guy. You definitely don't want to get a ticket. So yeah, the watch is just terrible. I kept unpairing it and repairing it, and eventually, sort of Saturday night, I did another unpairing, but I set it up and I didn't install any third-party apps on. And Sunday, it was really good battery life. I thought that must be it. It's the third-party apps that are draining it. So I thought, great, no problem, all done with that. So what happens? Monday, go to work. battery drain just goes back to ridiculous again, doesn't it? And I haven't changed a single thing on it. Not done it. All it done, it charged overnight, Sunday night. Monday, put the watch on. By the time I got to work, it was at like 70%. It dropped 30% in a couple of hours, which is ludicrous. And then, you know, it kept draining. And come midday, I'd got like 36% battery left. I was like, well, this is at it now. I'm not going to get it all the way through the night. So what I decided to do is put it in airplane mode instead of it running out completely. So I put it in airplane mode, and would you believe it lasted then until 7 o'clock, and I still had 15% left at 7 o'clock. So it did 7 hours and used about 15%. That's just like incredible, isn't it? So that's pretty much how it went, and I just took the charger with me the last few days to work, just so I could keep charging it up every few hours. Yeah, so far that's pretty much sorted that bit of it out, just by charging it every few days. So today, this morning, I took it off charge, and by 9 o'clock it was down to like 40%. I was like, taking the mick now. I'm going to reset it up as new again, which I did this morning. So by midday, it had finished doing that, and I got it up to 100% charge. So midday, and we're now on nearly 6 o'clock, so 6 hours, 87%. It's used 13%. It's a fantastic battery all of a sudden from setting up a new again. But I guarantee tomorrow it'll probably go back to rubbish battery. So maybe it's a case of every single day you've got to set the watch up as new. Beta 2, no, Beta 3, in fact, should be back next week, so that'll be better then. iOS 11 wise, perfect, no problem with that. Right, I'm going to get some fuel. Not stopped in a very good position for fuel. And drop my parcels in. So I shall catch you after that. Okay. Okay, I'm back from dropping parcels off, and that's recording, and everything's good. Okay. Let's set off again. So, yes, the watch has just been a complete mystery for me, to be perfectly honest. Mercedes coming. Fortunately, not too fast. Get moving away from him. So, yeah, it's just, I say it's I've never had to take the charger for the watch to work before, so that is just, it's ridiculous draining. It's always managed to just about make the day on any of the previous betas, but it's just been, But funny enough, on the phone, iOS 11's just fine. It's alright, you know, it's good. Battery life's pretty good, really. I mean, not too super fantastic, but gets me through the day, no problem, without running out. Even with a bit extra usage and whatever else. But yeah, I just don't know what it was with the Beta 2 with the watch, because Beta 1 was fine on battery, really, which is the bizarre thing, that they actually made it worse somehow in Beta 2. I think it must be, like I say, the Bluetooth, because it did so well with on aeroplane mode, so that obviously turns off the Bluetooth connection between the phone and the watch. So there can't be anything on the watch running that's draining it, because it's doing, like I say, it did fine in aeroplane mode. So there's something, obviously it's connecting and data transferring over Bluetooth to the phone, and it's not shutting off or something, you know, it's going wrong. And it seems to me like now I've set it up as new, and from new at this moment it's lasting so well, but I know probably tomorrow, without doing anything, it's going to go wrong. There's something starts up and never finishes, and once it's started up, it just keeps going forever until you set it up as new again. Must be some process randomly somewhere that, you know, just kicks off. One thing I have done this time is I've not activated the Mac unlock with the Apple Watch. So it might be, if it's alright, might be that's a bit faulty. I don't know. We'll see. But like I say, I've just taken that off, and I've not put it back on again, so...
Risk zone, speed limit, 30 miles per hour.
So that's that. I've got plenty of news from Richard Nellis to read. I shall stop at some point and do that. I might, for a change, do it before I get home so I don't get interrupted by people. So yes, in case you'd been amused last week by what the eldest was mumbling on about when he came rushing out, with his injury, horrendous injury, injured on a bus. Did I tell you, injured on a bus? The only person I know can get injured on a bus. But yes, so if you have the headlights on the car and you go around a bend, it puts the fog light on in the direction you're turning to illuminate the road. It's one of these new things that do new model cars. All sorts of cars are doing them, not just Renault thing, it's just a general thing.
Warning, K-band, radar, check speed.
So yeah, of course, he'd seen me come round the bend, seen one fog light come on, and the instant thing for everyone who sees that is, oh, you've got a fog light bulb out. So I had it on at work a lot because obviously when you go inside work, the auto headlights come on, and then of course the fog lights start coming on, or one does. Fog lights are broken? No, they're not broken. It's just something it does. So yeah, that was a bit of a thing last week, wasn't it? And it was also a very long vlog last week. Richard Nellis sort of said to me, "Why on earth was it such a long vlog?" Well, just happened like that, you know, because I did that little first bit when I did that delivery and got a bit in then, and I had quite a lot to actually say for a change. I don't very often have that much to say, but I had a fair few things to go through. Oh, things to go through is what reminds me. Bob, hey, they shut me fancy roof. Did they? Or maybe, I don't know if I did before. Let's open up my fancy roof, let some light in. Look at that, see sky. We can see sky. Bob, macOS High Sierra is going to need the latest version of Final Cut Pro, which I discovered to my surprise on Saturday when I went to do some videos with Final Cut Pro. And would you believe it's it wouldn't let me open it, which confused the devil out of me, because I was like, well, didn't I use it last night? Why is it suddenly not working? And then I realised that the night before, because of the problems I had previously, well, the previous week, having to re-encode the camera footage, I thought, right, I'll use the Mac Pro instead, and I've not updated the Mac Pro to macOS High Sierra yet, because it is pretty buggy still. It's got some bugs. So, of course, that was it. That was the reason I'd used that the night before. So I'd gone to open up, and the latest beta, the first beta of macOS High Sierra, Final Cut worked fine. This one, it wouldn't open it. It said you need the latest version. So yes, and I think that's from May is the latest version. I don't know if I was on 9.3 and it's 3.2 or something, I don't know. But yeah, certainly when you update to macOS High Sierra, you're going to need the latest version of Final Cut Pro if you want to run it on High Sierra. So, I mean, it might be interesting to see, because once I got updated, I've got to admit, I thought the speed, and that was like the encoding, not the upload, because the upload is limited by your, obviously, your up speed of your internet, but you know, the actual processing the video to getting to upload seemed to me to be a heck of a lot quicker. So, and that's kind of on the air than I'm used to it being. So interesting to see if, you know, macOS High Sierra does improve, because they did this big thing about it was going to improve file transfer so much and moving files, and of course video editing does involve dealing with moving about lots of video, big files. So maybe it will be with the new Apple file system in it. We're going to see some improvements as far as the speed of editing and things. So I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. So let's just wait for these lot. Dog looking out the window there. Comedy dog. So we'll head along this way. Just doing a little tootle around the houses. I just need to stop off. I'm trying to think of somewhere I can stop off out of the way that's kind of... Well, I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. Take a little tour. Why not? And then we can call off. We'll stop opposite the park just to do Mr. Nellis's things. Nice and out of the way. That'll be good, won't it? So go up there. We'll go up this bit. There's a nice leafy lane up here. It's not all bad in Buttershore, you know. There's some nice bits of it. Mostly, and they're not burning things out. There's some rattles in this car. Yes, I have Reynolds Qashqai in a posh French frock. Does have some of its issues. Some of its issues. But it looks fantastic. I like the headlights. Everyone's like, why did you get that car? Because I like the headlights. That's all. Nothing else, no other reason at all. No good reason to get it other than this bugger's going to come flying at me. I like the headlights. So the park is on the right, the school is on the left. These humps are very large. And we will just pop into this little parking bay here. Out of the way from everyone to do Mr. Nellis's wise words. Just relax. Park here, you've got a lovely view, scenic. I can't turn the engine off to save fuel because if I... Oh, it turns itself off, clipper engine. Because if I do that, then the dash cam will shut off and that would be bad, but it's shut its own engine off because I'm parked at lights apparently, or next to the park. Parked next to the park. So, Mr. Nellis's wise words, we got on with that. 86% now, since midday. It's just random. How random is that it's so fine? But it'll go wonky later. I don't understand. I do not understand. Daddy says about Nelly. It's still Dad. I need to change the fact that Siri calls me Daddy because that's annoying. Number one, Richard Nellis says, Angry Dashman Cam's back again. I didn't watch this one actually, Richard. I might watch it tonight. I never got around to watching it. So, but Angry Dashcam Man is very angry all the time at all the traffic. Everyone. That's just it, he's just angry. Right, crikey, this is a bit of one. 6 million workers, that's a lot of people, in the UK miss out on their lunch break if they are lucky. The survey says getting 30 minutes of the arts and entertainment industry. So, a lot of people missing out on their lunch, or eating lunch at their desk, as I do, because there's no time to stop. Nicola Benedetti saying she's happy to play for older crowds at concerts and does not think classical music would worry too much about attracting younger audiences. Fair enough. Classical music, always good. The death of Michael Bond. I believe he was, of course, Paddington Bears creator. Quite sad that. Prime Minister's questions returned on Wednesday the 27th of June. Right. Oh well. It was Victor Meldrew, was Richard Nellis. The travel news at 5:30 PM started after when John Brunning mentioned about what's happening on Classic FM. As normally, Classic FM has an advert both after John Brunning announcing and when the travel news starts. And the 3 credits of the motorbike game started after the workman fixed the game, as it was out of order at Electric Bowl, both tonight, which had been last night, Thursday night, maybe. He's going to a brass band concert at Brighouse on Sunday afternoon. So, yes, I think there is a brass band concert in Brighouse. The spilling and crash at Brighouse Junction at the M62 on Wednesday morning. So, yeah, there's been quite a few motorway crashes and blockages because there was a caravan got sideswiped, I think, by a lorry, and that just ended up all bits of caravan all over the M62, which shut that carriageway towards Manchester for ages. I think that was Tuesday. And then Wednesday morning, 2 lorries and a car got involved, and that shut the motorway again. So, and of course, and that was right near Brighouse as well. I think that was 25, around 25. So that shut everything down for ages. So it's always bad, and then of course it affects all the roads around. So fortunately, Wednesday morning I seemed to miss most of that. So I didn't want to do that. Didn't really want to do that. Where's Nellis V1? Where's he gone? Home roofing wall done. eBay, daddy. Nelly's Mark 1. Ambulance. Maybe mentioning both Prime Minister's questions times and the Brighouse crash. We'll be talking about it when you are driving. As for 5 will be Despicable Me, and for 8 will be about the Crystal Maze continuing on Channel 4, but only with contestants of famous people for a cancer charity. So, right, yes, they are. Press clutch to start. So the engine's got bored. Oh, that means my dash cam would have shut off. Poopy doop. No. How odd. Don't know why that happened then. So that's interesting that the engine stop-start eventually just goes, I'm off, if you're too long sat reading Richard Nellis's comments. Right, let's progress, because I do want to get home tonight. We might pass where his TMP print is, Mr. Nellis's, if we go up here, which I shall do. We shall do that. Shall we do that, or shall we not do that? Shall I do? No, maybe I won't do that today. Sorry, Richard. I know you'd like me to do that, but
warning, risk zone.
Actually, no, we're going to go left here instead, because well, no, well, we can go on down here now. I'm going to beat you, woman. Haha. Ta-da. I'm going to go up this way, and then whoa, I took eco mode off. It's a monster now. I have got into now the habit of driving around with the eco mode on for the car, which is obviously supposed to save fuel. It's supposed to do a number of things with the aircon and different bits of electrical gump, but one thing I have noticed it does particularly is it completely tones down the engine acceleration completely. I think we can get this way as well. We could go up there and then along, but we can go round here and it comes out near the youngest school down here. So yeah, it tones down the engine. It really takes a lot of the oomph out of the engine, so you don't get so much acceleration. Feels a little bit more sluggish than you used to in normal mode. And what I've found is I've started just driving normally with the eco on, with that sort of sluggishness, because surprisingly, even with the eco mode on and it really feeling underpowered, it's not as underpowered, this car, as my old Grand Scenic was. I mean, that 1.6 engine must have been just terrible. It must have been the worst engine that anyone ever put in a car, because it was as gutless as anything, and this has got more power on it on an eco mode. And also it had terrible fuel economy. It was petrol, but there was no benefit to it. It was slow acceleration, no power, but terrible fuel economy. I like the way his mate's double finger texting while sitting on the back of the bike. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, so I drive around in eco mode, and then when I want a treat, like, because I didn't have it for 3 days, the car, I was like, right, I'm gonna take it off eco mode now and enjoy the performance. It's like having a sport button really for me now, because if I drive eco all the time, then when you take eco off, the extra power is just like, whoa! And when you really go to accelerate, it just goes like a rocket. It flies off, it really does. It's amazing. In fact, it's scarily a bit too quick, because you can very rapidly, you know, go well out of what you should be for a 30 zone just by riding up the gears, and it just surges away. Quite amazing, really. So that is one thing I do like about this car, very much, is that when you want to move, it moves very quick. I'm near the wall. Beep, beep, beep. Right, I'm going to turn the engine off now, and that will kick out the camera. So have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.